back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Mika. Thank you so much for stopping in. So let's have a heart-to-heart conversation about why many of us don't feel happy with our lives. And I know you think I'm probably going to go towards social media or because of the disasters and things that's going on in the world and the high cost of living, but I'm talking about something a little bit more personal today. And that's because many of us have got to a place where we're running after money. And I do understand it does come from the high cost of living, but we can't be so focused on chasing the bag that we dismiss and we ignore our true talents and our purpose in life, our true gifts. If we were to walk in the path where we were doing things that was our true gifts, or that are our true gifts, that come easy for us to do because they were given to us, then the money will come. And I think a lot of us, we don't want to take the time to try to figure that out. We just want it now. If we can't see how it's going to make us money, we settle for things that we may have to work a little harder for, because it's probably not necessarily something that we are meant to do, but we can do it. So since we can do it, or since we went to school, we got a degree in it and we learned how to do it, we're doing it because, you know, hey, it's making money, it's paying bills, because we're too afraid to use our gifts and get outside of ourselves, get outside of the norm. We allow other people to tell us what we are eligible to do and what we're ineligible of doing. And that's the problem. We don't advocate for ourselves. We don't advocate for our own lives to ourselves, for ourselves. We just let society, the world, we let handbooks and policies and law tell us what we can and can't do, the limits on our life, when nobody has the right to tell you what the limit is on your life. And so I think if we would apply ourselves more as far as learning about you, what do you like? What are you good at? What comes natural to you? Something that you don't have to force. It's okay to go to school and brush up on it and become pristine at it, but what is it that comes natural for you? What is it that you're doing that you know, I could do that in my sleep. I could teach somebody else how to do it, but I just don't want to do it because it's not making the money. Oh, that don't make enough money, or that just takes too long. I don't want to go to school for that. But it comes natural to you, and you don't understand that if you walk in your gifts will make you more money than you just going to school and chasing a degree and chasing a career will ever make you. I promise, if you get yourself into position, other people will notice you. People will see the work that you're doing. If you're doing what you are supposed to be doing, what you are destined to do, what you were created to do, you are walking on that path. It don't have to be 100% on that path. For example, I remember years ago when I worked at the airport, there was a janitor. He was an older man. Maybe at that time, well, for me, he was considered older because I think he was in his 40s. I was only in my early 20s. But he was in his 40s, and nice man. He was a janitor at the airport. Very nice, worked hard for his family. He kept himself looking nice. Believe it or not, he cared about the way he looked, because he's like, I work at the airport. He used to teach me that all the time. And it wasn't because I went to work any kind of way, but he used to say, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you're at, make sure that you keep yourself together, because you never know who's watching you. And so he was like, it don't matter if you're working in the basement, if you're working on the first floor, if you're working in the cafeteria, make sure that you're keeping yourself together. Meaning you're showing up as your best self. You don't have to be in heels and all that kind of stuff. That's not what he was saying. He was just saying, take care of your skin. Make sure your hair looks decent. Make sure your hygiene is taken care of. Make sure that you always keep yourself together where it's appropriate for the job that you're working. Just because he was the janitor, he's like, I'm not going to come to work with my uniform wrinkled. And he wouldn't. And I understand, because we worked at the airport. And so he encountered a lot of people, even though he was just the janitor. And so that's how we looked at it. Oh, he's just the janitor. But let me tell you about that janitor man. He kept himself looking nice. He always smelled good. He always smiled and talked to people. He was courteous, friendly, funny. He was outgoing. He showed up to work. I don't ever remember a time where he had missed any work, and that's honest. And I was one of those ones that didn't miss work. So every time I was at work, he was at work. So I don't think that he ever did. But anyway, like I was saying to y'all, so this man was fun, charismatic, just very nice man. You knew he worked as a janitor because of the uniform he had on. But besides that, that man walked around like he was a boss somewhere. And let me tell you what happened. So after a couple years of doing that, he got offered a manager's position. He's like, I never went to college. I think he said he had dropped out in 11th grade because he had kids. And that was his life. But this man went from being a janitor to now he was working in management. And that's all because somebody seen him. Somebody was watching him. And he was doing the things that came natural to him. He said he liked to be funny. He said he was a people person. So he showed up like that. He didn't get angry because, oh, I'm working as a janitor. I'm mad. I'm angry. I want to do more. Like, I don't want to do this. Did he want to be a janitor? No. Of course he was like, he wanted more because he had a family. But he was like, it pays my bills and I get to interact with people. And I have the opportunity to be in position to get a better position if I show up as my best self. He used to tell me that all the time. And that's what he did. And this man went from being a janitor all the way up to management. Just because somebody seen him. They liked the way he carried himself. They liked the way he talked to people. They liked the way that he was himself. He was operating in his gift, his natural gifts. And he cared about himself. He cared about the company so much that he made sure he kept himself looking nice to present the company. And that's what I'm saying for you all. If you are getting yourself in position, even if you're doing something that's your gift, let's say, doesn't make that much money, instead of getting angry at God about it, instead of being bitter and stuff, think about trying it out. Because you don't know what, people can't tell you how far in life you can go. Only you and God can tell you how far in life you can go. So if you stop thinking about, oh, this doesn't make enough money, this isn't enough for me. If you stop looking at it that way and you put yourself in position and you start working in that position, like, let's say you can do hair. You start braiding hair at home. Nobody knows you. You don't have a shop. You're not out here like all the other beauticians. You're not, in a cosmetology office or facility or nothing like that. You're just working out of your home. You start doing that, but you do the best at it that you can do. You start learning other things on top of that. Like, you start learning how to take care of the hair. You start learning how to keep the hair moisturized underneath for protective style. You start learning how to clean up the nape and things like that to make sure that the hairstyle looks good. You start learning other things and applying that to people as they're coming to you, as your clientele. I guarantee you the word's going to get out. You start posting those pictures of the work that you're doing. You start putting more energy into, if people want you to be able to do their hair later, start doing it. Start sacrificing your time and doing hairstyles later. Whatever you can, because when you make sacrifices, that's when more doors will open for you. When you're in your purpose, you're living based off of your personal gifts, what you can do, and it comes easy to you. And you're learning more about that. Not trying to do something else. Oh, you can do hair. You real great at doing hair. But instead of that, you want to go learn how to be a marketer somewhere because they make a lot of money. But you have no interest, and marketing isn't even easy to you. You don't like numbers. You don't like designing stuff. You love doing hair. You do hair in your free time, but for your main job, you want to go do marketing. You put all your energy into something that you don't even really care about. You see what I'm saying? Put that energy where it comes natural, where it flows natural, and excel in that. You start thinking about other ways. Stop looking at just a plain picture of, or all I can do is, if I'm a beautician, all I could do is hair and makeup. Start doing more. Create your own hair care products. Start doing makeup. Start making sure that you know how to apply makeup so people can start coming to you for other things besides just buying makeup from you or just getting their hair done. Just start applying yourself more, and I promise you, money will flow to you. Anything in life, apply it to anything in life. You're not happy right now. You're getting up going to a 9-to-5 job. You're getting up going to a graveyard shift job, whatever shift you're working, and you're unhappy. You're dragging through the door. You're upset. You're angry because you don't really want to do it, but you got bills to pay. You're not enjoying your life. You have to spend 80% of our time at work anyway. You might as well do something that you love and make money for you. And you stop trying to figure out a way for you to make money based off of it. But that's my thoughts on it. That's why I believe a lot of us are unhappy in life right now, because we don't, first it starts with the jobs. We need our money to be able to do other things. And if we're not happy and we're mentally stressed out about working a job we really don't want to work, then it shows up in every other area of our lives. We're not our best selves. We're not happy. We're not energetic. We're not in good spirits. We're not taking care of ourselves. We don't care. We just, let me help me get this work week over with. You're tired all the time because you're mentally drained because you don't like the job that you're doing. You don't like the work that you do. Get out of that. Figure out what it is that comes natural to you. It's just my thoughts on it. You let me know what you think. We'll keep the conversation going. All I ask is that you be polite and courteous in the comment box, because we are not here to be negative. We are here to lift one another up, and the goal of this channel is to uplift spirits and help one another live our fullest, best lives, and to let each other know that we are not alone. We are in this together. So let me know what you think. We'll keep the conversation going, and we'll talk next time. Bye.